Okay, today we're going to talk about solving two-step inequalities. First, we need to isolate the variable by completing the inverse operations, which is SAD-MEG. Circle the number on the number line and draw an arrow. If it's an open circle, if it is less than or greater than, and a closed circle if it's less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. The most important thing, remember, whenever you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you must flip the inequality symbol. This is the most important thing with inequalities. So one more time. If the coefficient is negative, for example, if you have negative 2x is less than or equal to 6. You need to circle the inequality symbol and you are going to flip it. So you are going to divide both sides by negative 2. This cancels out. You get positive 1x or x. You flip the less than or equal to greater than or equal to 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. All right, let's practice. Serena wants to complete the first 3 miles of a 10-mile run in 45 minutes or less, running at a steady pace. The inequality 10 minus 7500 p is less than or equal to 7 can be used to find the pace in miles per hour she can run to reach her goal. Solve the inequality, then graph and interpret the solution. Okay, so we have 10 minus 7500 p is less than or equal to 7. Now, when we do this, we could do SAD-MEG, but I don't really see addition and subtraction. What I do see is the variable is on the left-hand side of the inequality, and then I see a number over here. Well, I got to get rid of this first, and I got to get rid of this second. Remember, my job is to isolate the variable. And the way that we isolate the variable is to do the inverse or the opposite of what it's currently doing. Right now, this is a positive 10. The opposite of a positive 10 is a minus 10. Okay, a 10 and a minus 10 cancel out. All of this goes down. So it's negative 7500 times p. Now, you can't do 7 minus 10 because that's so subtraction. When you sew it out, it becomes 7 plus negative 10. Different sign subtract. 10 minus 7 is 3. Keep the higher absolute value, so it's negative 3. Okay, the 7500ths and the p are multiplying. The opposite of multiplication is division. Well, I am multiplying by a negative, so I'm going to circle my inequality because it's going to flip. I got to divide both sides by negative 7500ths. So this is going to cancel out. We're going to have p. This is going to flip. And then we have to divide this. So 3 divided by 7500ths. So when I divide that, find some room to divide. We're going to have to hop it twice. Hop it twice. Decimal, bring it up. We're going to try 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 2 is 30. The signs are the same, so it's positive 4. When I go to graph this, it is a closed circle, and it is going to the right because it is greater than or equal to. All right, let's look at the next one. It says Joshua wants to complete the first mile of a 5-mile run in 10 minutes or less, running at a steady pace. The inequality 5 minus p divided by 6 less than equal to 4 can be used to find p, the pace in miles per hour he can use to reach this goal. Solve the inequality. So we have 5 minus p divided by 6 is less than or equal to 4. Well, we could try to do sad meg again, but there really is no addition and subtraction. There's a minus p divided by 6, but that's not an adding and subtracting of a number. Remember, my job is to get the variable by itself, to isolate it. The way that I do that is the opposite. Well, I have to get rid of this first, and then I get rid of this second. How do I get rid of 5? Well, I do the opposite of inverse of what it's doing. Right now it's a positive 5, so I am going to subtract 5. When I do that, 5 minus 5 cancels out and makes 0. 4 minus 5. I cannot do 4 minus 5. That is so subtraction. That becomes 4 plus negative 5. Different sign subtract. I get negative 1. All of this goes together and I bring it down. So it is negative p divided by 6. Well, the negative p and 6 are dividing. The opposite of division is multiplication. Well, I can never have a negative inequality, or a variable, so I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 6. This will cancel out and leave me with p. If I multiply the left side by negative 6, I got to multiply the right side by negative 6. Circle the inequality because it is going to flip because you just multiplied both sides by a negative 6. It becomes greater than or equal to. Negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. If I'm going to graph it, it is a closed circle and it is going to the right. Okay, flip it over to the back side. On the back side, we are using substitution or plug and chug to solve. So it says, at Gas and Wash, gasoline sells $4 a gallon and a car wash 12. Harika wants to save her car washed and keep her total purchases under 60. The inequality 4G plus 12 less than 60 can be used to find G, the number of gallons of gas she can buy. Determine which, if any, of these values is a solution. So we want to know, is 10, 11, or 12 a solution? Well, if we do substitution into the original inequality, 4G plus 12 is less than 60. 4 times 10 is 40. 40 plus 12 is 52. Is 52 less than 60? Yes. So that's true. 4 times 11 is 44. 44 plus 12 is 56. Yes, 56 is less than 60. That is true. 4 times 12 is 48. 48 plus 12 is 60. Uh-oh. This is not true because 60 equals 60. So the only two options are 10 and 11. All right, let's go to the next one. It says solve and graph the inequality. 4G plus 12 is less than, oh, okay, this is the check, I'm sorry. Just to check, if we said 4g plus 12 is less than 60, we subtract 12 from both sides. When you subtract 12 from both sides, this cancels out. We got 48. Then you divide both sides by 4. This cancels out. 48 divided by 4 is 12. So it could be any number less than 12. It could be 11. It could be 10. It could be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So, or 0, sorry. The closed circle at 0 represents the minimum amount she can buy, 0 gallons. She cannot buy a negative number of gallons. The open circle at 12 means that she can buy any amount up to, but not including 12. So any of these are a possibility. Okay, let's go to the last two. So we have 3v minus 8 is greater than 22. There's two ways we can do this. We can do the substitution method like we did on the first one. So if we said 3v minus 8 is greater than 22, and we substituted in for 9, we would say 3 times 9 is 27. 27 minus 8 will get me 19. Is 19 greater than 22? No. This is false. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, so let's say I had 3b minus 8 greater than 22. Now I'm going to plug in for 10. So 3 times 10 is 30. 30 minus 8 is 22. Is 22 greater than 22? False. It's equal to. All right, the last one. So we have 3b minus 8 greater than 22. If we say 3 times 11, we get 33. 33 minus 8 is 25. Is 25 greater than 22? Yes, true. The only point that is greater is 25. All right, let's go to the last one. Okay, on the last one, we have the same thing. We have 5h plus 12 is less than or equal to negative 3. So we say 5 times negative 3 plus 12 is less than or equal to negative 3. We get negative 15 plus 12. Different sign subtract. We get negative 3. Well, negative 3 equals negative 3, so that's true. All right, the next one.